It's important that as moms, we support one another and that we are there for one another, because I know how it feels to just feel so alone, like you're the only one in the world going through it, when it's not true. So I'm making this video for all of you moms out there who are experiencing mommy burnout or have experienced it, and it's important that we take care of ourselves to prevent it in the first place. Hey friend, it's Shay. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I encourage you to have a look around, and if you like what you see, consider subscribing. In today's episode, we're talking about mommy burnout. Now, I mentioned this in a previous video titled What No One Tells You About Motherhood. If you haven't seen that video, please go check it out, because I share a lot of my truth about motherhood in that video, and I know a lot of you can relate to it. So if you are a new mother, that will be perfect for you. Go watch that video after you watch this one. Give this video a thumbs up if you are currently experiencing mommy burnout or you've experienced it in the past. If you are currently experiencing it, I understand and I am praying for you. So first, I want to just talk about the signs of mommy burnout. Now, in that What No One Tells You About Motherhood video, I did mention that in that video, I was currently coming out of having that episode of, I don't know what you would call it, a burnout episode, I don't know. But I was really struggling with that, and I explained to you guys some of the things that helped me. So I just want to go into more depth about it today and give you the signs that you are experiencing mommy burnout. Maybe you don't know it, or maybe you have not experienced these yet, but once you know the signs, you can already nip it in the bud. So let's get into the video. So the first sign that you may be, in a funk or you're just burned out is that little things irritate you. I mean, these smallest things will irritate you. Like if TJ is just whining just a little bit, I feel like pulling out my hair. And normally a little bit of whining wouldn't really bother me that much, but I notice if little things irritate me, like maybe even him like laughing, even him playing too loud will irritate me, okay? I'm being honest in this video. Things like that would irritate me when I'm experiencing burnout and I just need a minute. Even the smallest things that you normally wouldn't trip about just irritate the heck out of you. That is one sign that you may be experiencing burnout. Another sign that you are actually in mommy burnout is you don't want to spend that much time with your kids. And I know that sounds a little crazy to say, like, what? Like, what do you mean you want to be around your kids? Let's be honest, whether you're in a burnout or not, you need time to yourself. We all do. I don't know anybody who can continuously take care of kids and never have a moment to themselves. That just sounds crazy. But I noticed that when I experienced mommy burnout and when I was just in a rut, I love my son so much, I do, but I just did not want to be bothered. Like normally we'll play with puzzles and just play with toys or just jump around in his trampoline and have fun, be silly together. But when I'm in this burnout, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do any of those things. I'm being honest. So if you feel like, oh my gosh, don't feel guilty about not wanting to be around your kids. I don't think you should feel guilty about that. I think it's a normal feeling, but it can also be a sign of like you really need to catch a break. You really need time to yourself and just get yourself together. Sign number 3 that you may be experiencing burnout is a decrease in productivity. Now, we all have moments in our life, because we are all not perfect. We will not be as productive as the week before or the day before. But I noticed that when I was in this rut, I was not motivated to do anything. And I spoke about that in my motherhood video. I didn't want to do anything, okay? You just get out of your routine. You don't feel like doing anything. A decrease in productivity is definitely a sign that you are burned out. You have nothing left to give, okay? So that is definitely a huge sign that you may be experiencing burnout. So sign number 4 is very similar to the first one, where I mentioned little things irritate you. Like I said, loud playing with it. Like when my son was like playing loudly with his toys, I was like, oh my gosh, really? Like, can you please turn it down a notch? This sign is very similar, and that is overall moodiness. And I think that this is huge for mothers, because there are a lot of times where we either go through postpartum depression and people think that we're just being, oh, she's just, oh, it's that time of the month, like, or, they just kind of downgraded. And it's really important that you take care of your mental health. So honestly, mommy burnout is definitely a strain on your mental health. And I noticed that when I'm going through this, I'm just moody. Like with my husband, with anybody that I come in contact with, I don't want to be around people. Like just leave me alone. Let me be in my room. Let me watch the show. Just leave me alone. That's how I feel when I'm going through mommy burnout. Not a good feeling, because then you feel bad. Like, why am I acting like this? Like, I'm a people person. I like to be around people. It brings me a lot of joy. But so when I'm in that rut and I don't want to be around anybody, and I just want to stay in the house, like even with my husband, like just leave me alone, please. Like that's when I'm at the end of my rope. That's when I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't take it anymore. So overall moodiness, not wanting to be around people, that is a huge sign that you are going through mommy burnout, and you definitely need a mental health check. So the next thing I'm going to mention is very similar to the other things I've said, and it is that small things will overwhelm you. Like for me, it would be clutter, or like if there's like 5 dishes in the sink, it will be like, oh my gosh, I got dishes to do, I have laundry to fold, I need to do the laundry, I didn't do it yesterday, I'm supposed to do it today, or I did the laundry and I didn't fold it, oh my gosh, now I have to fold it tomorrow, and it's just gonna ruin my day, and yada yada yada, things that normally wouldn't like be such a huge deal overwhelm you, and you get very anxious very easily. I noticed that when I had mommy burnout a couple of times, where I would just be like you ever feel you ever feel stuck, like you literally stuck. You just sitting there like, I have all these things to do. Where do I start? Oh my gosh, the walls are closing in on me. Like, I know I'm sounding really dramatic, but this is a real thing, okay? And I've heard someone else say that they felt this way before, so I know that I'm not crazy. But if you think I'm crazy, that's okay. I'm just sharing my experience with you guys. So yes, you just feel stuck. Small things overwhelm you, and you just don't know how you're gonna get all of these things done. When normally that wouldn't bother you. Like for me, for instance, if I do laundry but I don't fold it until the next day, so what? It's not a big deal. But when I'm going through this, it's a huge deal, okay? Comment down below if you ever felt stuck and you don't know what to do. So now that I told you guys all of the signs, things that I've noticed when I was going through mommy burnout, I want to mention to you guys some things that you can do to help you get out of that rut. So one thing I definitely would recommend, if you have been going through this for a long time, you should definitely do some counseling. I know a lot of people don't really like the word counseling or therapy. They feel like, oh, something's wrong with me. I mean, something's wrong with all of us. Like, we need help. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Go seek help. Personally, I like Christian counseling. It's a big help. For me personally, the longest that mommy burnout has lasted for me would be maybe 2 weeks or so, or less than that. So not too long, but long enough to really, get me down. But yes, counseling is very important. You might need some outside help. Speaking of outside help, another thing that you can do to help you get out of this rut is to vent. Vent to your friends, especially your other friends who are moms. Find mom groups. I mentioned in my motherhood video that I'm a part of a mom group called MOPS, Mothers of Preschoolers. It's amazing. I love those group of women. It is a Christian group, and I love it because I'm surrounded by other Christian moms who want to raise godly children. So it is an international group. I encourage you to go online. They might have one in your town or in your city. So another thing you can do if you are married or if you have a significant other is to involve your spouse. Let them know what you're going through. It is so important to let them know, listen, I'm burned out. I'm at the end of my rope. I don't know what to do. I'm just feeling really stressed, and let them know how you feel. Like, I'll tell my husband, like, I'm sorry. Like, sometimes I'll snap at him, and then he'll be like, yo, what's up? And like, I notice, like, I have to let him know before I get to that point, because then, he's offended, like, what did I do to you? So I think it's important to let them know before you snap. Tell them what your needs are. Like, for example, and one of the last times that I felt this way, I spoke to my husband, I'm like, hey, like, I know you work all day, but like, can you put teacher to bed this week, or like just put him to bed for the next few nights? I just really need a break. I just would love it if you put him to bed and you did all those things so that I can just catch a breath. Or you can even just ask them, hey, can you just do the nighttime cleaning today or for the rest of the week or whatever, permanently. Just do the mental clean routine for me, please, so that I can, put the baby to bed, give him his bath, and then I'll have the rest of the night to myself, and I don't have to worry about that. So, whatever you need, just let them know what you need. I'm sure that if you are in a healthy relationship, your spouse will be more than happy to help you out. They don't want you in this burnout more than you do. So, if you don't speak up, trust me, they won't read your mind. So, just let them know. Another thing that you can do if you're experiencing burnout is simplify your routines. Like, you don't have to make a full course meal every night and you're going through all of this and you're still, cooking for 2 hours. Like, no. Simplify your meals, simplify your routines. You don't have to do too much. Like I said, get some help from your spouse, or if you have older kids, that is great because you can also get them to help you out so that you don't feel like so much pressure. So I like to do like really quick meals, cook some spaghetti or something really quick that doesn't take long, less pressure, less time, and you're just not as overwhelmed. So simplify your routines and you'll definitely feel a little bit better. Now this next one will definitely help you get out of this rut. Like I said, I've experienced this a couple of times, and this is the last thing I'm going to mention to you guys is the number one thing that has always helped me get out of it, and that is to get some time alone. Away from your kid, away from your spouse, just you. Maybe you want to read a book. Maybe you want to even go out for a drive or something. For me, I like to go out on errands. I know that sounds like that's not really alone time, but for me it is. The drive alone, and I'm there shopping by myself. And I don't know about you, but retail therapy is a real thing, okay? I'm not encouraging you to go out on a shopping spree, but maybe buy yourself a little something. Treat yourself, okay? Maybe you want to go out and buy a face mask or a candle that smells really good. Comment down below your favorite thing to do alone. Is it reading a book? Is it painting your nails? Is it watching a movie? I love when my house smells good, so I love buying candles or buying something for my spa night at home. Maybe you even want to go out and get your nails done or get, your feet done. Maybe go get a massage. Whatever it is, do it alone. I don't know about you guys, but comment down below if this happens to you. When I go out, even if I'm going out to buy milk or if I'm going wherever, if I'm going to a rehearsal at church or something, when I come back home and I see my son, I feel refreshed. Like, I'm so happy to see him, and I just feel refreshed because I got some time to do my own thing while he was with his dad. And I don't know about you guys, but that's how I always feel when I come home. I just feel so relieved and so refreshed. So definitely getting out is so important, getting out by yourself. So a lot of people don't talk about this, but we all know that mommy burnout is a real thing. It is real to me, and I know that it is real to so many other mothers out there. If you are experiencing this, I am praying for you because I know how hard it is to get out of that. It's important that we try to prevent ourselves from getting to that point anyway. You cannot run on an empty cup and just keep pouring out and pouring out and pouring out into others, and nothing is pouring into you. Find something that brings you joy. Find someone that fills your cup. Whether that be your spouse or just other friends that you love and that will care about you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you aren't already, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on my next video. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.